Yeah, you gotta watch your time. You really do. I like to call it time damage. See how much time damage you're taking. So he is also playing Zared, and I will play first. Of course. And so this is not great, but I think it'll be fine. We'll keep this. We can play our Shroomtank. Our Pheromones don't do very much for us, but it would have been nice to have some early plays, but we have plenty of things we can draw into. Of course, we could also flood with the amount of resources we have in deck, so would have been nice to have a turn 1 drop. So, but we have things we can draw into, so I don't feel too bad about this. I'd rather be in this state than being flooded is definitely better than being starved. I'm 2 shards away from playing any 7-drop in my deck, and I still have that 7-drop in there, so looks like this guy's heavy on the removal side of things. He picked up a lot of the ruby cards and the blood cards. Most of our stuff has pretty high toughness, so most of his ruby stuff might have trouble dealing with us. Have fun is a definite requirement. Slash agree. So definitely in blood and ruby, so heavy removal on his side. No real threats right now so far from him. Would have been nice to have some early threats. We're not really seeing on any on our side, so we got this wonderful battle hopper, which we might actually Gigantify, which would be quite humorous. Yeah, he can't really, he could respond with a murder, or we did pass, what is it called, -1/-1 atrophy, so he could respond to this with murder or atrophy, or any type of burn spell, Bombsmith to kill our guy, sure. Or you can just Bombsmith him now, that works. Works very well, I'm sure. Yep. So, that's pretty good for him. Bombsmith matches up pretty poorly against pretty much every troop in our deck, except for maybe like Howling Brave, but you're not going to do very much with Howling Brave anyways. So at least we get a play here. So we get to play our Briar Legion, and then next turn we get to play our Shroomtank. So he could debuff our Briar Legion and force us to trade with his Bombsmith. If you weren't Sapphire and he bounced Briar Legion, that would be pretty good for us. Still behind on time. I'm not sure why I'm playing so slowly. Yeah, we got Shroomtank coming down next turn. No real attack to make. He doesn't. Yeah, he didn't use his ability, so he's waiting to use that on something better, I guess. Shroomtank gives us a lot of nice targets for our Gigantifys and other things too, so it's not too bad, really. So we will attack with our Briar Legion. Second main phase we'll play Shroomtank. No reason to play Pheromones here. Swinging in. Want to make sure that declare defense is up, defense priority. And at this point we want to make sure we're hands off so we don't miss our second main phase. Second main phase, play the Shroomtank. Getting 2 more battle hoppers. So still have a blocker for his Bombsmith here. Somewhat debatable what I should Gigantify here. I think I'll Gigantify a Battle Hopper, because if he's going to kill something, I'd rather, in response, I think I'd rather target the Battle Hoppers. once I get there. Plus, I mean, come on, a 7/8 Battle Hopper. How many times are you going to get to see that? Still not using his champion ability. It's kind of interesting to me. Here's an Ambershire Instigator, which we'll play in our second main phase. I'm going to hold on to my Battle Hopper. There's no real reason to throw it out there in case he has Sorrow or something. But he probably isn't main decking it. And even if he is, it's like it's not really good with the Bomb Smith there. So we'll go ahead and play Instigator in our second main phase here. Well, I could have bluffed with the Battle Hoppers. Okay, so he's going to terrible transfer my guy. I have no way to save it, so that's fine. So this removes our guy, takes 2. And gain 3 life off of that too. Terrible transferred for exactly 3, so you had just enough there. So if we had any buffs whatsoever, we could have saved our Shroomtank. But Instigator is going to be the best target for this Gigantify, actually. So hopefully he doesn't have Murder in response. That would be pretty bad for us, a 2-for-1, but Gigantify plus this guy is kind of going to be like good games. Hopefully he just uses all of his resources here, and then I'm clear and open. Yes, so that's really good. So now he can't murder my guy, which puts me in a really good spot to Gigantify this Instigator. And I'll probably Pheromones it to kill all of his guys too. No, I can't do that. I don't have enough resources for all that. 2 resources, still really can't do anything. Still not using his champion ability. See where my card's gonna be here. Okay, and the Wild Shard. So drop that. Troop dies, control gets +2/+0. Alright, I'm just gonna swing through and Gigantify my guy as quick action. Trades with my Briar Legion, that's fine. So during defense priority, we'll Gigantify one of our guys. That's fine. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Takes him down to 8. I'm still not going to play this bunny. I really don't need to. Taking 3 here is pretty incidental. He needs to stop this guy. So if he doesn't have murder here, he's in trouble. He basically loses. If he doesn't have murder here, he loses. So, but if he does have murder here, it puts me in a pretty bad spot. Okay, didn't have it. So there you go. Mono Wild does it again. Okay, so... apparently it sided me and left me sided, because this guy should be in the main deck. Okay, well, I guess I just save and continue. Does he have any constants? Do I think he has any constants? I don't think he does. So I'm just going to save and continue. If I see some, then I will put in my constant removal, but I don't think he has any. So I guess he didn't have too many things to side, because we're going right into this match. So I'll see if I can curve out this time. He's going to play, of course. He chooses to maul first. I guess he's keeping his hand. I will keep mine as well. It's not great, but you know, I think we can deal with this. Another slow hand for us. not like we had in round 1, game 2, where we were like turn 1 Brave, turn 2 Root Dancer. Okay, turn 2 Sensei is pretty good. That's acceptable. Turn 2 Sensei, turn 3 Briar Legion. So, yep, turn 2 Sensei here, pretty obvious. There's that Root Dancer. He has a lot of removal, so I'm gonna want to play this Briar Legion first, and then I'll play a Root Dancer and then buff him. I need to make sure that I don't play it improperly. I need to play the Root Dancer before I play my Shard when I do that. There's a Howling Brave. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and drop our Briar Legion here. And we'll buff it with Root Dancer next turn. I'll go ahead and put a Battle Hopper into play. If he has Sorrow, he has Sorrow. This basically forces Sorrow out. If he has it, that's fine. So next turn we got to make sure that we play the Root Dancer first, and then play our Wild Shard to buff Briar Legion. Turreted wall. Okay. It's only big. It's only so big. He could swing here. If he swings, we don't. Okay, he's gonna kill our Sensei. Sure. Yeah, one less troop, but he did his job. He cantripped for us. Swings in. We'll take 2. I'll take 2. So start taking 1 at the beginning of every turn that he has, but my damage output's so high. He only has 4 cards left. Something tells me he doesn't have a lot of removal anyways. I can survival of Fittest his turreted wall if it gets out of hand. So I'm playing the Root Dancer first. And we'll buff the Briar Legion. And we can also play the Howling Brave and pass the turn because we don't really have an attack phase because he can just block with his turreted wall. If we drop any Honeycaps, they're going to be huge. Could always attack with a Battle Hopper just for the walls. If we had 2 attackers, we could have attacked there, but we don't. I've got Gigantify and... what is this? This will be 5, 6, 7. So in 2 turns, I have Gigantify ready. If he has some sort of murder or anything, it can deal with Root Dancer sometime. Something tells me it's going to happen now, before my stuff starts getting more and more out of hand. All right. Well, so I think he has a combat trick. We'll go in. We'll see if he has a combat trick here. I have plenty of other things I can buff, so. He might be bluffing though. He's going to Crushing Blow to trade. Sure, that's a 2-for-1 in my favor, sort of. Because I did buff him with Root Dancer. So he's making a trade there. Seems pretty bad to me, but okay. So I guess I will drop a Shard to buff the Battle Hopper here. And might as well swing away with the swing with the house, as it were, because he has no blockers. And I'm not within survival of Fittest range. He's going to block 2 of the damage, and he'll be at a 3. So I can't kill anything with survival of Fittest, unfortunately. I can always play it in response to something he plays on his turn, though. So he's dealing 1 to me. I'm dealing 3, so I'm ahead on the damage right now. Seems pretty good. And I can Gigantify something he doesn't block with Turreted Wall next turn, which put me pretty far ahead. I could Gigantify and fight his Turreted Wall to kill it if I really wanted to, but I probably won't even need to. Infiltrator bot. So I'd rather kill Infiltrator bot with Survival of the Fittest because turret wall's not really a threat. Oh, we had 2 Survival of the Fittest. So let's go ahead and buff the Battle Hopper again. Play this. So swing in, he blocks Root Dancer with his Infiltrator bot, then I will Gigantify the Root Dancer to kill it. See if he blocks. So he'll block. Gain 1. Gigantify Root Dancer. And he has no response. He doesn't have Murder open right now, so it's a really big Root Dancer. And now he has no offense really. I mean, turret wall is kind of like, I mean, 1 point a turn is not very much. So, and I can kill it with Survival of the Fittest. I can just kill it if I really wanted to, but don't even need to. Just leave it up. So I'll be playing the putting the Wild Shard buff on the Battle Hopper. Okay, he's calling good game here. So there you go. So going wild has paid off for me so far.